Today's day 52 of creating my trading card brand from scratch, but we're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to give you a tour of my working space because somebody requested that on TikTok and Instagram, so I'm going to deliver that to you right now. Up first, we've got the best wall. We've got my Devin Hester wall here. So we've got a 20 by 30 design I made. I had him sign, and this is a game-worn Devin Hester jersey from October of 2011 versus the Raiders, photo matched with photos that came from the game. I made a little mat for it, which I thought was pretty cool. Next, we've got the back wall. So this is the biggest wall I've got down here in my basement. A lot of it is dedicated to Roy Lichtenstein. I've got a couple prints I made down here and a Gary Vee signed poster from a meetup he had here in Ohio. But most of it is Roy Lichtenstein related. So I've got some posters, I've got some prints. Everything on top of this is some sort of memorabilia. Got some collectible china that's on here. And then down here at the bottom I have what I like to call the Bradley Jack Design Roy Lichtenstein Library, which if you need any sort of book on the subject, it's probably there. If you follow me, you know I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan. I'm also a Dayton Flyer fan. So these are all 3 prints I got signed by Duran, Tumani, and Obi. And then in the corner here, I've got some helmets signed by some Chicago Bears players. We got Devin Hester, Brian Urlacher, and Charles Tillman down there, along with some cards to go along with it. I've also got a cool V-Friend signed comic book number 2 by Gary Vee, the artist, and the president, Andy himself, on there. But the collectibles don't stop there. I've got this really big, tall cabinet here that I've got some V-Friend stuff here on the top, and then these are all full of random sports cards that are not very organized. I also use that for storage, but mostly we've got just some cards in there, got some other stuff back here, and then a big Tumani Kamara print that I actually need to get signed. We're going to skip where I actually work for now, but I want to show you I've got a game-worn Obi Toppin jersey on this side. I've got a game-worn Tumani Kamara jersey here. Got an Adventurous Astronaut, a couple Star Wars Legos because can't have too many Star Wars Legos. And then this is where the bulk of my card collection is. So down here, these are all Obi Toppin graded cards. These are all Obi Toppin cards. These are all, nope, not that. These are all Obi Toppin cards. Here I've got a little bit of a collection, Tumani Kamara and Jerron Holmes, some other people in there. And then these top 2 drawers are the GOAT himself, full of Devin Hester cards. That's where I keep most of my collection, keep it organized, and keep it pretty much in there. And I pull them out every once in a while to see what I've got in there still. And then, of course, last but not least, this is actually where I work. This is my desk. I've got a signed Bear Hug Brian Urlacher poster up there. I've got some cards I switch out pretty often up there at the top with some baseballs from games I've gone to. That is a print of 5 Points, which doesn't exist anymore. It's a building in New York City that they tore down. I took that photo like 15 years ago on a school trip, which was pretty sweet. But this is my desk. Got a widescreen 31-inch monitor there, Apple Cinema display there, and another 27-inch screen there. I've just got a Mac Studio here that I use as my main computer. But this is where I work. Terrible cord management, but I really don't care at all. So that's my office in a nutshell. I will have updates on some card related stuff in the next couple days. I'm having trouble trying to figure out who to email on specifics, and I've been contacting people about licensing and stuff like that, but I'll give you more updates on that tomorrow.